Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing great. And I welcome every one of you. A very warm welcome to PSTV. And this is Ramya. And we are dealing with debate vertical. And it's been a while now that we have been dealing with a lot of details about debate, right? So, yes. So today we are looking about a very unique tool, a very beautiful tool that you can employ just not for debate, for any other information gathering platforms, like for preparing presentations or so on. If you want to prepare gather information first, so it's a very beautiful tool, mind mapping. So we will see in respect to debate, and then you can extend this to any of the other skills that you want to implement in. So today we are dealing with use of mind map in debate. Okay. So yes. So with that small intro, so we'll see how things are today. So in today's episode, we have starting the day with a beautiful quote as usual. And moving on, we have something called geographical stretch. So we have questions relating to different geographical area and mostly concentrating on India's geographical stretch. So we have questions related to that. And then moving on to topic of the day. First, in the first half of the section, guys, we're going to see about some of the guidelines for mind map. Okay, how to create mind map and what are the guidelines that we need to keep in mind to create this mind map. We're also going to look at what mind map actually means. Okay, so in the first section, we will describe what is mind map as a definition and who actually started this famous technique and the tool. Who coined this term mind map and when was it? When did it become famous? So famous, right? So all that we'll be seeing in the first section of our presentation. And then we have what if. So yes, today we're going to deal with some of the very interesting what if questions, something which we are just going to, kind of assume that, if at all it was like so and so, how would you approach that situation? So beautiful way to expand our creativity out of the box thinking. So we will look at what if questions, and then moving on, we have a mindset for creating mind map. So it means like, there are certain things that we need to break the routine way of thinking, right? We need to break some of these patterns to actually create a beautiful mind map. If you want to create a nice mind map, so how does it work? There is a particular kind of a mindset that you need to have. Like you need to approach with a completely different mindset altogether. So that's what we're going to see, mindset for creating a beautiful mind map. And then we are moving on to test your knowledge part. So we will see, we'll reflect on all the things that we have learned so far and then take back home. And we wind up with a follow up topic for tomorrow. So this is how we're going to conclude our session. So, yes, with that, let's move on to read our quote of the day. So, what's the quote of the day? You always pass failure on the way to success. Okay, Mickey Ronnie, right? So, as usual, we always keep stressing on this topic again and again because it is very, very important for us to really get, immersed in this particular, proverb that is given here, that before we reach the success, right? The before you actually reach the highest, success or the pinnacle of the success, you do go through a lot of failures, and it's just of part of becoming that successful person. So if we can see failure as stepping stones to become a successful person, I think a lot of things will change and will really achieve a lot more things, right? So that will release a lot of energy instead of like in looking failure in a negative term. If we can just shift our focus and look at it as a stepping stone and something it is bound to, right? Before you reach success, failure is so much important as well. So failure teaches us so many things to perfect us, to mold ourselves better. So trying to look at failure in a positive perspective is what we are trying to understand, because there is no direct path to success. We do go through failures. So we are assuring every one of you, like try to do different things. Doesn't matter like if we get success in first go. It doesn't happen like that. It feels okay. So being persistent and immersed in that particular concept is what gets us to success. Okay. So with that beautiful note, we will move on to our first section, that is um, geographical stretch. Okay, so in the first question, we have, in which of the following states Joy, a famous hill station, is located? So again, we have got options. So we started giving options from last session. I think it will become much more easier for us to interact better. So yes, we have options here. First one is Nagaland, B is Assam, C is Meghalaya, D is Mizoram. So of the following state, in which of the following state Johai, a famous hill station, is located? Come on, guys. I'm sure you all are my active participants, my students, lovely students are going to participate beautifully here, is what I'm expecting. Okay, let's see in the comment section. Which of the following state Joy, a famous hill station, is located? It's okay to take a guess. Right. Okay, let's see the answer then. It's Meghalaya. So Meghalaya, it's a beautiful hill station by itself, and yes, we have this beautiful hill Joai, which is located a hill station which is located in Meghalaya. Okay. In which of the following states maximum Coast Guard stations have been established in India? A. Maharashtra, B. Tamil Nadu, C. Gujarat, D. Andhra Pradesh. Which of the following states has maximum Coast Guard stations established in India? Which one? Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Andhra Pradesh. Uh-huh. Any other guesses? Okay, let's see the answer then. It's Gujarat. So it says that Gujarat has large number of maximum number of Coast Guard stations. Okay. Next question. Which among the following states leads in handloom and handicrafts clusters in India? So which place? Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, or West Bengal? Which of the following states leads in handloom and handicrafts clusters in India? Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, or West Bengal? Okay, so let's see the answer. It's Uttar Pradesh. So we have beautiful handlooms and handcraft things coming from Uttar Pradesh, and it has a major clusters concentrated in Uttar Pradesh, handlooms and handicrafts amongst the options given. Okay, the last question for this geographical stretch part. So, okay. Not able to just a minute. Yes, okay. Here is the question. Which of the following is best soil to grow cotton? Okay, cotton. Which soil is best suited for good, a good growth of cotton? Black soil, alluvial soil, laterite soil, red soil. Which soil is good for cotton growth? India is like really good. I mean, really famous for cotton, production. But what kind of soil again is needed for good growth of cotton? Black, black soil, alluvial soil, laterite soil, or red soil for the growth of cotton. Uh, think of your geography classes. I'm sure you would have come across this because India is so rich in cotton production, was and is still. Okay, guys. So this is black soil. Black soil is what actually helps good growth of cotton. Okay, so that's where we end our geographical stretch part. So yes, beautiful. Now we have learned a lot of things, I guess, a lot of new things added. So with that, we'll move on to our actual session. Today's session it is on mind map preparation. Like what is mind map, and we will be defining what is mind map first, and then going into the guidelines to preparing a mind map. How do you actually employ mind mapping in debate? If you want to prepare, if you want to put down your, it's a beautiful tool actually to gather information, to remember things, and so many things, right? So we will see first what is mind map and then see how it can be employed in debate. Okay, debate writing, I would say. Okay, a mind map is a diagram used to visually organize information. So the first thing, what is special about mind map is that you represent your information in a diagrammatic form, that is with pictures, and it is more visually. You are like seeing at them. Your brain connects to it not just through words but also through diagrams. That means pictures are associated. Okay, so that's first thing. A mind map is a diagram used to visually organize information, and a mind map is hierarchical and shows relationships among pieces of the whole. So again, so there will be like a central idea in the mind map, and from central idea there will be branches coming out, spreading out. A radiant form of thinking. This is, so you have all your subtopics coming out from the central theme. So that is why it is said that is hierarchical. Why it is hierarchical? Because you have a central theme, then your first main point, then from the first main point you will give the subtopics, and then so forth, the third and fourth cycle. So it is hierarchical way of thinking. What are the main points, and then the sub points, and then later on whatever comes. So a mind map is a hierarchy. A mind map is hierarchical and shows relationships among pieces of the whole. So again, what do you mean by pieces of whole? So for example, I'm going to give you an example at the end of the slide anyhow. So I've given an example of ecology. If you think of ecology, there will be so many things that comes to your mind, right? Preservation of ecology. How do we actually contribute to the good take care of ecology? So, and then what are the disasters that has happened? All of these things. They're all different branches coming out from the main theme, that is ecology. So your main focus is ecology, and then you have sub branches coming out from it. Okay, so and these are all the small pieces, but it makes a whole. That is, it is all talking about ecology. Ecology is the whole, and the subtopics coming out are the pieces, but they have a relationship. How the whole, how it is related to the main topic. So it is often created among a single concept, around a single concept, drawn as an image in the center of the blank page, to which associated representations of ideas such as images, words, and parts of words are added. So this is what happens in your outer circle. So you have, or most of the time, not most of the time, in mind map, it is always dealing with one central idea. Okay, so there is one single concept about which you are dealing, and you have sub branches coming out of it, which is representing different ideas related to that main topic. Okay, so that's mind map. And in simple, now we are going to put everything in a small condensed definition. A mind map, you can say, is a tool, a brilliant tool, I would say, for the brain that captures the thinking that goes on inside your head, right? So it's a beautiful tool which can capture every small details, every small, every small details that is happening in your head, you're thinking in your head. And then mind mapping helps you think, collect knowledge, remember, and create ideas. So this is the uses. These are the uses. You can use mind map where where you want to think about something, out of the box, or you want to think about a new topic altogether. You want to start collecting knowledge about some particular topic, or you want to remember, like you want to read, you have done, like for example, in your school, in your academics point of view, you have finished a subject, you've finished a chapter, and you want to like recollect everything that was done in that big chapter, like, so you can just put it in a mind map. So if you want to recollect something, or if you want to just collect information, collect knowledge, or also if you want to create some unique ideas, you can use mind maps. Okay, most likely it will make you a better thinker. So why? Again, one main reason why mind map makes you a better thinker is, as I told you, it kinds of gives you a whole picture. Okay, though you will see it in different sections, sub branches coming out, you are dealing with everything in detail, and you have a holistic picture about that topic that you are discussing or you're trying to understand about. Okay, and also when you see a mind map, I'll show you in the end how a mind map looks like. It is a radiant form of thinking, and our brain is not limited to to think in a narrow way. If you see our the way we are, I mean the brain, how it is been created, you will see that if you think of one object, you won't just stop at just thinking of that in one direction. For example, if I ask about even a phone or something, when you see a phone, you will start thinking in multiple forms, multiple aspects. So it can be used for communicating, it is used it is an electronic good. So all of these things, if you see, they themselves are a bigger topic, right? Communication. So telephone is our mobiles are a way to communicate to each other. You're touching about communication. Your brain is thinking about that it is falling under an electronic stream, electronic gadget. It is an electronic gadget, right? And also it kind of thinks about, if at all you see a particular phone, it might tell about the material used in that phone. So it is actually thinking in various aspects, in various directions, but everything related to the main topic, that is phone. You're talking about the phone, but you're thinking about its association with electrical point of view. It is an electric good, and in terms of communication, it is used for communication. The material used for it, you're talking about the material. And also then you can go into like the color of it. You can also talk of the colors of it. So all of them individually itself can be uh, dealt with in detail, like one big branch, right? So that's how mind map is also like that. It is kind of a radiant form. You have a big topic, and you have so many sub branches coming out of it. That means you're thinking in so many aspects of that bigger uh, topic, that particular topic that is there under discussion. You're thinking in different ways, in different aspects of it. So that is why it is best to use mind maps, because that's how our brain is designed as well. So if you are going to put your information, your thinking in that form, you can relate to it very easily. Okay. So having said that, we'll just see at actually who was the one who actually popularized the term mind map. So it was one of the author, British author and TV personality, who is known as Tony Buzan. So Tony Buzan is the one who popularized the term mind map. Okay, so he understood the importance of it, and as I told you, everything that I've explained is something that he understood, that it has to be a radiant way of thinking, and not like very narrow convergent way. Like our pen and paper is more like convergent, I would say. It is a convergent way of thinking, but mind maps help us to kind of think vast. So that's radiant form, or divergent, we can say. Okay. So coming to the guidelines, meaning how to use mind map, what are the things, certain things that you need to keep in mind. So you need to understand about the structure of it. What is the structure that mind map actually has, or need to be taken into consideration? The paper, and then the use of it, where and all, how it is used, and what things you use in that, and lines, meaning the sub branches that are branching out from the main topic. So there is a association with the thickness of the lines that you draw, the color that you're going to use. So everything we're going to look in detail. So the lines drawn, then the style of it. So these are the certain things that we need to keep in mind while you want to create a mind map. If you want to start using mind map, you need to know all of these things to get better results. So yes, structure means so mind map structure is all about forming associations. As I told you, so for example, if you have say ecology, as I told you, ecology is full of like everything, all the life around, right? So the ecology you can divided into humans relationship, animals, birds, plants. This itself is your first circle. It's forming your first circle. Okay, the association. And then in animals, what are the other sub things that is coming to your brain? In terms of people, what is coming to your brain? And in terms of birds, whatever is coming to your brain, that will form your next circle. Okay, so it is all association based. You have an association from one term to another term, from the bigger main concept to the subtopic. There is a connection, there is an association, and it kind of gives you a clear picture. Clear meaning because you're going to see everything in one paper, you have a better clarity on the subject that you're dealing with. So you can see all the topics that you all the topics about the particular topic under discussion, right? So you can connect to it in one paper. So it is clear to you when you see it everything in one paper rather than turning back and forth pages. If you write in points, it will be like it will go to next page, next page. So everything you can't see at once. Your mind doesn't get that clarity when you have to flip and see things. So in mind mapping, you can see everything in one page. So that's how it gets clear. You get a clearer idea. And radiant form, as I told you, because it is spreading out, right? So it is outward from the major topic, you're going to subtopic and then details further, right? So it is a radiant form of thinking. Hierarchical, again, the same thing. So subtopic, main topic, subtopic, and lesser, second round of topics that is involved in that, and so forth. So this is the structure that is associated with mind maps. It gets clearer. It's always in association. So the first round, the second round, it is all associated. It is radiant form of thinking and hierarchical. Okay. So, paper. So, usually what happens is if you have a book, you always use it in a vertical form, right? This is how we write. If you have a book, we start writing in this way. But in mind map, what is it best mentioned is that you use it in a landscape mode, like in a horizontal way, because it is spread out. It has so many points to accumulate. So you have to use it in a landscape manner. You have your main topic, and then it branches out, right? So that is why the paper usage itself is changed. It has to be done in a landscape manner, not vertical form, because you can't have good radiant noting down of points in your vertical section. So in this way, you have a better space to do radiant thinking. And always use a blank page to start with to do a mind map. Do not start in the last segment of the page or something, because it is a huge map that is going to come up. You're going to come up with a huge map of the topic that you are going to talk about. So yes, so that's starting. You start with the main topic. You write your main topic in the middle. That will be your first head. Okay. So what are the things that you're going to use in mind mapping is that you are encouraged to use images. For example, when I say ecology, try to draw it like we do associate with images immediately, right? When I say phone, uh, your mind immediately associated with the picture of the phone, right? When I say laptop, your mind again says associated it with laptop, and that's why it is stronger. Like it stays in your brain for longer. So it scientifically it proves that the brain associates closely with the images, colors used, and the number of words that you're using. Okay, so use images to associate with that particular point. So you put your main topic and also give one picture if possible, which your mind will associate it better with. Okay, and then color. So when you see on newspapers, right? So there are certain colors that are used, mostly black or red. Right, these are some of the colors that are used for headlines. Headlines, and also you see that the thickness of the the font that is used for these words is slightly bigger. It's bold and big, right? Why all this? Because your mind associates quickly that, if it is in bold, if it is highlighted, that means it is something important. It is the main thing to consider. Similarly, use appropriate colors. Use many colors, as many colors as possible, to differentiate that, okay, this is the main point. This is the uh, you can give colors to remember, right? Like for example, red, you can keep it for negative points, green for positive points, so you associate with the colors as well. So whenever even if you forget the point, or what is the negative point that you noted down, somewhere your brain can recall that, oh, this was in red color, and through that process it will remind you that, okay, this was the point. So there is a strong connection between the color code and what sentences you're writing. So use colors, color codes, and words. So don't make it a very long sentences or paragraphs to describe things. Rather, keep it as short words. So ecology. The next one is people. People are associated. How people are associated with ecology. Instead of writing this whole sentence, you can simply tell the next branch is people. That means people association with ecology. Very clearly understood, right? And then next, destruction. So next branch from people can be destruction, right? So instead of writing how people have been destroying our ecology around us, you can simply write one highlight point: destruction. So always try to give keywords. Just associate with keywords. If you remember the keywords, it's enough. You can recall everything else. So use of only keywords, use of images, and use of appropriate colors. Now, next one is are lines. That means the branching out that comes with. So you should use thicker and thin lines to tell which is the main point. The thicker lines means that it is important major point, and then thinner line means it is branching outside, it is less important points. And the length of the line is also important. Do not have big lines, have short length of instead, I would say the length of the line should be equivalent to the word that you're writing on that line. Okay, the word that you're writing on that line, it has to be equivalent to that. It should not be very long, the length of the line, and it should be very organic, right? It's not like you take a scale and draw a line. It's a free flow. Okay, so you need to just do it with your hand, and it has to come organically. You just draw lines and you write on that. Okay, so that's about line. And finally, we have, I think, style. So, yes, emphasis, fun, personal, and beauty. So, this is related to how you can make it more relevant to you. Each one actually kind of associates with images and colors in a different way. So, the kind of colors that you want to choose, make it personal. It doesn't mean that your friend is using blue color, that means you also have to do blue color. It doesn't mean that it has to be if like you have only black color, you have to use only black color to write. You can go out of the box and make it personalized. Whatever colors you like, use it. So I'm just going to give you one example how a mind map actually looks like, so that you can better understand it. So all the things that we discussed right now, if you can see everything that I spoke right now, right? So it is put it in simple mind map. You will tell me that, rather than describing the way I was describing before, like listing out the number of points and all, in this particular image, everything is condensed. Everything is easily relatable. Everything that we spoke about right now, it is easily relatable. Yes or no? Yeah. So mind map, it takes into consideration the structure. So in 2 minutes we can actually condense all the things that we discussed in past 15 minutes. So that is how we actually can, use mind maps. So I can take 2 minutes to tell everything that we discussed so far. So mind maps, you need to consider the structure. The structure means how, in the structure it comes like, it's a radiant form of thinking. If you see this one, this is how a mind map actually looks. So it is radiating, right? It is not converging. You started with the word mind map and now it is radiating. That means you're using different subtopics that is related to mind map, how to write a mind, how to produce a mind map, right? It's a radiant form, okay? And hierarchical, again, so this is the main heading, subheading, and then the other subheadings coming out from this head. So it is hierarchical. And then this is very clear. In one page, you are able to see everything. All the points related to mind map you are able to see. So it is very clear. And there is an association. So there is an association to the style and mind map. What kind of style it is, what kind of structure it is. There is a relationship. And furthermore, associations, it gets clear, it is radiant, it is hierarchical, it is again associated with this previous sub branch. So this is how a mind map actually looks like, and that is why it is very useful to actually condense all your information or to actually produce or collect information, new information. So that's a simple example for, to show how a mind map looks like. There's another mind map that I can show you. Yes, so the next one. Yes. So mind map guidelines. So this is another mind map. So again, if you see, there's a major point. If you see that is in capital, I mean like in a bigger font, right? Look at the size of the letters, guys. So the main content is in slightly bigger font, and then you have the next circle, which is use, clarity, center, style, keyword. The font is kind of reduced. Then the next circle, which is the next branching out from these subheadings, the font is again reduced, and then the later. So the details, as you go into further details, it kind of loses its font size. Okay, so that you know that this is the main thing that you need to remember, and then this subheadings need to be remembered, and later the next details. Okay, so this is how your mind maps look like, and you can employ this for creating content or creating ideas or to even collect information. So in debate, you're having your topic, um, um, for example, effect of COVID. For example, if you want to debate about effect of COVID, right? Whether it was what was the positive and negative impacts, was it something something to learn for us or not. So these topics, if you want to debate, you can have the heading in middle. Okay, the effects of COVID as your middle main heading, and then you look at it. So what are the effects, right? So you can talk about lack of vaccination, people losing lives, people losing close ones, loss. So loss can be one subheading. The lack of treatment can be the next heading. Then you have mental illness rising as one subheading. So you can have different subtopics coming out, and then you can go on collecting information from each head. Right. Okay, guys. So I hope that's making sense. And now we'll move on to a small break time. So we have what if section today. So then we'll come back to another small, uh, part of mind mapping, the mindset that you need to have to create a mind map. So the first question in what if is, what if all the oceans dried up? Guys, what if all the oceans dried up? Tell me what would happen. Okay, I have Shiv Kumar, SG Gupta coming in. A very warm welcome, both of you. So, yes, sorry I couldn't respond. I didn't see these messages. Okay, a very warm welcome to all of you who's joining us. We are dealing with mind map. Okay, how mind map helps to create to gather information to create content better. Okay. So first question: what if all the oceans dried up? What would happen if we are in this situation? Water, right? Water, like so much necessary. No, first for us we think, and but look at in a bigger picture. There's so much of life, so many species in oceans, right? Vast number of species, water bodies living in oceans. If oceans dried up, all of those species will be affected. And if they are affected, somehow we are going to be affected because it's a complex web, right? So it's all connected. We are all interconnected. Sooner we understand that, better it is for all of us, right? So can't imagine oceans getting dried up. Okay, will be very disastrous for all the life on Earth, just not the species in ocean, but also for everyone in Earth general. Okay, the next one: what if plastic was banned? Hmm, two things come to my mind. What if plastics were banned? One, definitely very good for our environment, so less pollution to our nature, Mother Nature. But otherwise, yes, plastic is banned. It's kind of difficult for all of us to. Right now, it is that situation that we are trying to avoid plastic, but somehow the packing, everything, the alternate, finding the alternate for plastic is kind of, very a challenging task. But it's not impossible, guys, with all of us together coming to work for it, looking at the bigger picture. I think it's possible. What if plastic was banned? I feel it would be great. Banned from individual lives, I would say, not from government, but taking it personally and banning it from personal side. Right. Okay. What if there was no electricity for a year anywhere in the world? Just think of these questions. It just makes us so. I think these questions is just making me feel so blessed right now that we are not in these conditions, like without water in oceans, every ocean getting dried up, or no electricity anywhere in the world for a year. So many things are going to be cut off. Like the communication will be cut off, the livelihood, normal livelihood, will be cut off. Day-to-day activities will be stopped. So many things, right? So we are actually so blessed to have everything. So we need to start really appreciating and to be humble and to be thankful for everything that we have, right? So yes, that's what comes to my mind. The last one: what if you were invited to high tea with the Queen of England? What would you do, guys? If you're given a choice, what if you were invited to high tea with the Queen of England? What a beautiful! It would be really nice to just learn from her journey of life. I would just try to get the biography of her life from herself. So I think a lot of things to learn from her journey. Great. So, guys, with that, we are going to our next half of the segment, that is mindset for creating a mind map. What kind of mindset you should have, and what kind of mindset you need to approach to create a mind map, a good mind map. So, these are some of the highlights. We'll go into each of one of it in detail. You need to get deeper. It helps you to get deeper only if you allow it to. So nobody's perfect, so don't try to make it like perfect lines, perfect circle, or perfect writing, perfect diagrams. You don't have to be really stressed about all of those things. So that's nobody's perfect. Break the on the page mentality, right? We are so used to pen and paper style. I know it is difficult now, like when you think of just doing everything in words, just one word, and with pictures, with colors, everything. So break this mentality of on the page mentality and try to employ this beautiful tool, to gather information in a free flow style. Okay. Okay, share it, use colors, don't take sides. So these are some of the mindsets that we need to have. Some of the mindsets need to be created actually. So when you're wanting to do a mind map. So for the best use of it. So I'll just go in detail. Go deeper, that is every node on mind map could be its own mind map. Use other tools to delve deeper, sorry. So use other tools to delve deeper. So as I told you, your mind map is just a highlight, or like it's giving you a holistic picture of a particular topic under discussion. So each node that is coming out, right? The each branching out that is coming out, that itself can become another own mind map in itself. So that's the beauty of mind map. It's so rich in content. Each node you have so many things to talk about. Okay, so it helps you to go deeper. So have the mentality of dwelling in deep. Nobody's perfect. Don't focus on perfection. Let your ideas explore. Tidy up later. So you don't really have to take scale and put lines and write on that line. Nothing. It has to be free flow, and whatever comes to your mind, right? Please put it, right? Tony Buzan also says that if you have random thoughts coming which is not in relation with your topic, just have a subtopic put for that alone. Random thoughts. So even if you in between, right? In between, if you're discussing about climate change and suddenly your mind says that oh, tomorrow I need to go see my friend. If this thought is coming, you need to get rid of that thought so that you can completely focus on your topic. So you need to put down that topic also on random thoughts. In random thought subset, you can put down that topic that is coming and interrupting your flow of thoughts. Okay, so that's let your ideas explore, tidy up later, because this is your first draft. The mind map acts as your first draft. Okay, the next thing, break the on the page mentality. Your brain isn't confined to one page, right? Again, as I said you, so it is not used to this linear way of thinking. Our brain is not meant for linear way of thinking. It is more for a gradient way of thinking. So our page, pen and paper style is linear. You're just writing point by point, each point. Suddenly, if this point is correlated to something else, you can't connect it, right? But in mind map, it is not like that. It is a radiant way of thinking. So yes, break the on the page mentality, because your brain isn't confined to one page. So your mind maps shouldn't be either. So your mind maps shouldn't be confined to one way, one stretch. It has to be radiant. Okay. Okay, use colors. Group your ideas and thoughts by using color, like like the mind map below. I'm going to show it in a while. So as I told you, you can give a color code for yourself. You can think of all my negative points I'm going to write in red. All my positive points I'm going to write in green. All the points that are related to evidence I'm going to write in blue. So give a color code and write it, right? So that also helps the brain to remember better. Okay. Don't take sides. So this is important. So embrace both sides of your brain, the creative and analytical. So analytical, probably you will think of the reasons for climate crisis. For example, the topic is climate crisis. You can talk about reasons for climate crisis. The creative way, you can think of the creative solutions for it, stopping climate crisis. So that can be creative side of thinking. So do not take sides. Embrace both sides of your brain, the creative and analytical. Whatever topics are coming, whatever subtopics you are able to think, let it be a balance. Coming from analytical and creative, and put down both of them. Right. So that's about not taking sides and having a balance between creative and critical side of thinking. Finally, share it. When you finish, please share it with your study buddies. This will help you get a fresh perspective. So this everything that you have put in your mind map, it is your thinking, your way of coming up with different various points. Now, finally, you share with the friends. They will give you completely different perspective or different perspective. Now, this is how mind map generally looks like, and the topic here itself is how to create a mind map. If you are creating a mind map on how to create a mind map, that itself is your mind map, then this is how it looks. So again, I told you, so look at the central theme. It is highlighted, it is in bigger font, and then you have subtopic coming out. The first subtopic, and then related to that, there are other branching out. So you can also create your for debate, you can also use this to gather information in one page. Okay. Okay, with that, we'll move on to test your knowledge section. There are 5 basic guidelines of creating a mind map, true or false. So first section we saw how many guidelines? Was it 5 or more? Let's check. Structure, paper use, how do you use paper, what are the different tools that you're using, colors and font size, use lines, again thicker and thin lines, and style, right? So yes, how many of the guidelines? Basically, it is 5 major guidelines. So best, definitely it is a true answer. Style includes how attractively the mind map is created, true or false. Yes, absolutely. Style is all about how attractively the mind map is created so that it stays in your brain for longer. Sharing the mind map helps in getting a fresh perspective. Yes, again, very true, because you're putting all your points in one page, and your friends can give you a better perspective of that particular heading if they have a holistic, wholesome knowledge about what you're thinking of that topic, right? So, mind map will help you to provide that whole understanding of your topic to others to get good perspectives. Both creative and analytical side should be considered while making a mind map. True or false? Absolutely. So that is what we said. Do not be biased. Consider both creative and analytical side of subtopics coming up in your mind map. Okay. So, guys, today I have a beautiful, takeaway. So, as usual, I'm giving you a topic, but is tourism beneficial to the environment? Think of this as your main topic under discussion. And today's activity is employ it in mind map format. Okay, try to gather information for this particular topic in a mind map format. Okay, so what will happen? So this is an example I'm just given for ecology. For example, if you're having ecology, so you will the mind map would look something like this. So the main topic ecology. So do not cut down trees, do not litter, right? Give away unnecessary things, save water, use the right materials, right? Save fuel, sort garbage. So all these are some of the first subtopics, first heads that person has come up with, and this is the mind map. Okay, so it's all the information about ecology organized in a mind map. Now, similarly, this can go, stretch into further branches. Now, sort garbage. How can this happen? So that can be your next subtopic, sub lines coming out. Okay. So create your information on is tourism beneficial to the environment in a mind map format. This ecology in this place you will write is tourism beneficial to the environment. That is what you're going to write in this section, the ecology section. Then branch out in what terms you feel it is beneficial, what are the things to be considered, right? Financial, economic zone, so in terms of economics, in terms of, popularity increasement. So all these you can write in next segment. Okay. So that's the takeaway for today, guys. So try to employ this topic in mind map format. Try to gather information in mind map format So with that, we close the session with the follow up for tomorrow. That is, we're still having a little more to touch upon in mind map, especially on the uses. So I'm going to give you a overview on the uses of mind map, and also the first layer, second layer, and further expansion of the mind map, how it is done. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to meet at 5 p.m. again to gain in understanding on uses of mind map and how it can be practically used. So yes, so with that, we end the session for today. So thank you so much, guys, for all of you, for all those who have just joined in and also who have been watching this from 5 p.m. Thank you for all the support and love. So yes, keep coming in. Let the learning journey continue. Together we grow. So as usual, be awesome, be unique, and always be ready to do great things because you all are the future of the world. Okay, so with that beautiful, encouragetive words and real, I think those are something which I resonate every time I meet my students. So yes, with that I close this session, guys. Have a safe, have be safe, I would say, because there's a lot of rains and floods happening everywhere. So take care of your health. Health is wealth. So everything comes later. So take care, guys. With this note, I end. Bye.